All right, y'all, we're making something super yummy. It's like an egg drop soup mixed with some ramen. So you're gonna brown your beef and then you're gonna get some of that yummy broth going. You can use chicken broth, beef broth, bone broth. Just get that, I use ground chuck, just get it nice and brown and crispy. You guys are gonna love this recipe. All right, so while that's cooking and your broth is going, you're gonna put the amount of eggs that you want. I did 3 eggs and 3 extra yolks. Well, 3 egg whites and 6 yolks, basically. And I'll show you why I separate them here in a second. But get those all separated out, however many you're gonna use. That's really up to you. I've gotten to be the master at this yolk separation thing. I eat a lot of egg yolks, y'all. And there's the third one. All right. Then the rest I will toss the white and just keep the yolk. Okay. So look at that. We've got our hamburger all nice and brown now. We're going to go ahead and set that to the side and bring that broth forward because we're going to be working with the boiling broth. And we want it to be like a nice, good boil too. Not rolling boil, but a nice, good boil. Get those egg whites. You're going to whisk them up. You don't need to get them super frothy. I did get mine a little bit too frothy, but that's okay. Just get those things whisked up really good, mixed together, incorporated. And then I bet you can guess what we're going to do with them. That's right. We're going to pour it into a vessel. And the reason I'm doing this is because you want something that has that little mouthpiece, that little, I don't even know what it's called. You know, the little thing that you pour, the little pour spout. Anyway, okay. So now you're just going to start dropping those egg whites into that broth. Look at those little yummy, delicious ribbons. Ugh, they're going to cook in there and it's going to be so friggin' good. So just keep drizzling that until you've got all of your egg whites. And you want to make sure it's like a thin line so you get those nice little ribbons, just like a nice egg drop soup. So I cooked mine for about 3 minutes. And then you're going to go ahead and scoop those out of the broth because then we're going to go ahead and poach the yolks. And you don't want those ribbony egg whites in the way while you're trying to get your yolks poached in that delicious, oh my gosh, that broth is so good, y'all. I used to beef broth, by the way. All right. So now we're going to take our yolks, and I did have one that broke, but you know what? That's okay. It happens. And you're going to drop those little babies in that broth very gently so they don't crack and break like mine did. So now I've got 5 in there. And set it for 1 minute if you like them runny, which I do. And this is a little tip that I wanted to give you guys. Just kind of swirl it around gently, and that'll get that broth all across the top of those yolks. Get it cooked all the way around on the outside. All right, now we're going to get our broth nice and fatty. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I went ahead and threw in a tablespoon of ghee because I absolutely love ghee. And it gives it this really umami-rich flavor in that broth. All right, yolks are done, you guys. We're going to go ahead and get those out and put them in the same bowl with the whites. I know this seems like a lot of steps, but, you know, I'm kind of extra sometimes. The queen is extra, and it's okay. So then we are going to pour our broth into the bowl. And the reason I do this is because I typically use more broth than I eat to poach and boil my eggs. So this time I was actually pretty close, but you don't want too much broth. So go ahead and melt that butter in there, mix it around, give it a stir, mixy. Oh yeah, baby. Nice fatty broth. Oh, it's going to be so delicious, you guys. All right, now we are ready to assemble. First, we're going to go ahead and pop that crispy ground beef in there. And this gives it such a rich, heavy, deep flavor. It's so good. You really need that in there. And stir it in a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and drop those eggs back into our ramen bowl. Give it a little stir, not too much. You don't want to bust those yolks yet. Yes, you guys, look at that. All right, now for the final step, you don't have to do this, but I got some pork rinds. These are baked, no seed oils. These are really good. I got them at Whole Foods. And you're just gonna break a couple of these up on top of that delicious, glorious, warm hug that you just made yourself. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yes! And there you go, guys. There is my mix between a egg drop soup and a little bit of ramen flavor, a little bit of ramen vibe to it. You could cut up those egg white wraps into thin strips, make them noodles. That would be awesome too. So this has 6 egg yolks, 3 egg whites, 2 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon of ghee, 4 ounces of ground chuck, and about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of beef broth. And then I sprinkled a couple pork rinds on top. I'll put the macros in the description. Enjoy, guys. Look at that. It's like a warm hug in a bowl.